Come on, Ryan. Don't do this. Please, I'm begging you, we can find another way. Don't jump to such a hasty decision. There's something else we can do about this. I just don't want you to leave me. Please. Just please rethink this. I know this isn't the right thing to do.
Look, Amy, I'm sorry. I know this is hard to accept, but you need to understand that this is the only way. This is the only thing that we can do.
That's just absolutely crap. I am not going to take that as an answer. There has to be something else we can do. There has to be another way out of this situation. Come on, you're a smart guy. I know you can figure something out. I know that there's something we can do that benefits everyone. I mean, what we're thinking about doing now just isn't the right way. It's not going to be right for me. It's not going to be right for our daughter.
You're letting your feelings get in the way of this, Amy. You don't want to lose me, which is the main reason you're saying what you're saying now. Look at this logically. I need you to see the objective side. There is no other way out. There's no other decision that we can take that doesn't involve you suffering. This is the only way that you two can live happily for the rest of your lives.
How could you say something like that? How could you say that we won't be suffering if you do this? It's for the exact reason that you would do something like this, which is why we would be suffering. Don't you see that? Don't you have any feelings at all? Gosh, could you just think about how I'm going to feel about being a mother all on my own raising Samantha? She's never going to know her father. Think about that. Think about the life she's going to live. Everyone in her school is going to be talking about their parents. They're going to be talking about how cool their mom is or how awesome their dad is. She's never going to be able to talk about you.
I know. I guess she has no choice but to talk about how cool and awesome her mom is.
Come on. Stop joking around about this. I am very serious right now.
I know, and I am too. Look, I know it seems really scary. I know you're not going to agree with my decision. You might not even think that you're ready for this. I mean, you're going to be doing this on your own, right? It's going to be really daunting. But I just want you to know that I love you and I trust you. I don't care if 1 year passes, 5 year passes, or even 20-year passes. I could be saying it to the day I die. I love you and my daughter with all of my heart.
Come on. If that's the case, why would you do something like this? This is just incredibly stupid.
Look, Amy, it's the only way. It's the only safe way. Think about the situation that we're in right now. I have a very serious illness. It's so serious that the cost to treat this thing medically is just too much for our family to bear. And not only that, but the chances of my survival are incredibly low. Given those types of odds, do you really want me to stick around in this family? Do you really want our daughter to grow up with her father, having all these precious memories with him, only for him just to disappear randomly one day? Think about that. Think about how our daughter's gonna feel. What are we gonna do?
It's fine. We'll figure out a way. Whatever pain she's going to experience later on is nothing compared to losing the privilege of having a father.
Okay, then if that's how you think about this, Amy, then what do you propose? What do you think that we should do? We've got 2 ways to go about this. We can raise her normally, like every other family. Just pretend nothing's going on. I'll always put on a brave face for her. I'll always pretend that everything is fine, even though her dad isn't completely normal. There's nothing wrong with him at all. She can come home and spend family time like every other kid at her school does, being blissfully unaware of my condition. Then what's gonna happen? One day I just drop dead out of nowhere? She wakes up one morning and you've got terrible news for her. Something happened to Dad during the night. It's at that point that she just realizes that everyone lied to her. They've been hiding the fact that her father had this serious illness. Then all of a sudden, the moment that he actually passes away, that's when they spring it on her. Trust me, she's gonna hate you and anyone else that's involved in this. And you know what? The longer I actually live for, the more hatred that she has for you people is gonna grow. Is that really what you want, Amy? Do you really think that's the best outcome for our little girl?
Of course not. That's completely insane. I don't want that at all. But we can think of something else. We can think of a way to make it work. We don't have to do something like that.
Well, if that's the case, then the only other option is just to tell her, to remind her constantly that her dad has a serious condition. Whatever happiness and enjoyment that she gets with me, she can't take it for granted. She has to be ready for the fact that I'm going to be gone someday. Can you imagine how she's going to feel about that? Can you imagine how much is going to trouble her having me at the back of her mind? She won't be able to do anything. She won't be able to see her friends. She won't be able to go to school. It's going to be 24/7 torment for her. Are you trying to say that this is a better outcome?
No, look, that's not what I'm trying to say. I mean, I don't want either of that for our daughter.
Well, then what do you want to do then, Amy? If you really want me to stay in this family, then what do you think that we should do? I need a suggestion. Because at the moment, this is looking like the only thing that's available to us.
It's not. It's just not. You're just being pessimistic about this. All you're doing is trying to list out the negative ways that could happen. The fact of the matter is that you've already accepted defeat. You've already accepted the fact that you won't beat this. Why can't you just have some hope for yourself? Why can't you just believe?
Don't you start on that, Amy. Don't you dare say I don't believe in myself. You have no idea what type of attitude I have right now. Don't think for a minute that I'm devoting any of my energies into anything but overcoming this illness. In my mind, I will make it through this. I will recover to the extent that I'll be able to be with my daughter.
Well, if that's the case, then you should be confident enough to stay with us, right? You have the determination. There's no reason for you to just go away.
There is a reason. Look, it doesn't matter how hard I'm trying. It doesn't matter if I exert every ounce of willpower and have the perfect schedule, the perfect diet too. It won't necessarily increase the chances of me overcoming this. There's always that chance that I just won't make it through. There's always a chance that I'm gonna fail. I'm not gonna let that be the last memory of me. I'm not gonna have my family see me as the guy that fought so hard and then just couldn't overcome it.
So that's what this is all about then. It's all about pride, isn't it? You don't want your pride hurt? You don't want to die a loser?
That's not it. God damn it, can't you just listen to me, Amy? I'm doing what I'm doing because I care about you. I'm doing it because I care about Samantha. Do you think that I'm not fazed by the decision I have to make? Do you think I'm perfectly happy just exiting your lives? I mean, we've just had our little baby. I want to be there for every step of the way. When I was thinking about doing this type of thing, you have no idea how much it hurt me. You have no idea how much I was thinking about what her life is going to be like. She's going to grow up and learn to walk. She's going to have her first day of school and she's not going to have her father there to cry into. She's going to have heartache and pain when she's in high school and she's not going to have a dad that she can consult. I am telling you right now, when that little girl was born, I was there in the hospital room and I saw a flash of events. I saw what her life was going to entail from that point on. I could almost see every little detail. I could see her becoming a bright and enthusiastic individual, and at every step of the way, it was me by her side. But now look at this. Look at the hand that I've been dealt. That future is gone now. The train is now off course, and we need to take the appropriate action to make sure it can still get to its destination safely.
And you think the appropriate action is to just disappear? You really are unbelievable. I can't believe you would do something like this.
Look, honey, I know. I know that you must hate me to the core for doing something like this. I know none of it makes sense, but trust me, give it a couple of years and you're gonna get used to things. Maybe you'll even stop hating me. Maybe you'll understand how I felt.
You seem to be under the wrong impression. I understand completely how you feel. I just don't agree with it. And you know what? You want me to get used to things. You want me to get used to being a single mom family with one income? Thanks. Thanks a lot. Thank you for the great life of me struggling on my own to raise this child.
Well, look, it's better than having to raise me and the child at the same time.
Look, I told you, as long as you're nearby, I have the energy to do both. That's not an issue.
Unfortunately, Amy, I see things that you can't. I know that you have good intentions. I know that you would like to devote every energy you have into supporting your family, but the fact of the matter is, it's too much. It's too much of a physical burden, and it's also too much of a financial one. It's gonna be easier to just raise Samantha herself. Just let fate do what it will with me.
I hate you. I hate you so damn much. Why do you have to be so stubborn?
I love you too, Amy.
That's not what I'm saying.
Don't worry, I know exactly what you're saying.
I really can't believe this is happening, Ryan. It's all our fault. It's all because we don't have the money for this. I should have worked harder. I should have gotten myself into a decent position so I would have the money to pay for all of these things.
I don't want you to be blaming yourself for this. You can say the same for me. I should have gotten a decent job too. I should have been like those corporate superstars. I really should have valued money. For my whole life, I've just thought of things so simply. I thought if I had the woman that I love and a family that I could raise, that's all I need. I didn't think that I would actually need the money for something like this. I had no idea that I would be hidden this way. But you know what? None of that really matters. It's all useless thinking. If we keep dwelling on the past, all we're gonna do is suffer for it. We may as well just look to the future.
Okay, then fine. So, to the future it is. So what is your plan anyway? You're just gonna get this divorce with me and just vanish off into the distance? Never contact us again? Never be involved in our lives?
I know it sounds really harsh, but yes, that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
This is just unbelievable. So we're not gonna be able to find a way to contact you? What if something happens?
I'll give you my mother's number. You'll be able to contact me through her.
Are you ever gonna come back into our lives?
Of course I am. All of my energy is devoted so that one day I should be able to do just that. I'm telling you right now, Amy, I'm not going to be screwing around. Every second I have is going into having a decent diet. It's going into sufficient exercise. It's going into any sort of spiritual practice that I can engage in that might give me the results that I need. Every little inch that I can get myself closer to recovery, I'm going to be doing it. The only thing that I don't have the money to pay for is anything medical. I'm going to have to do this with just my willpower alone.
And then, what happens? You finally get to a state where you feel like you're cured and you're gonna come back into our lives?
That's the plan, as soon as possible. I'm telling you right now, Amy, I wanted to be there for every step of our daughter's journey. I wanted to see her grow from a little girl to a confident woman. The faster I can become a part of your lives again, the better.
I hope you're serious when you say that. I'm really gonna miss you. I can't believe you're actually leaving us.
I know this is tough. But trust me, I'm gonna find a way to make it through this. I just want you to believe me. Hello? 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 Don't you dare ignore me. This is one of your superiors talking to you. Do you know that you have an obligation to respond to me as soon as possible? Don't you dare have me waiting here. I'm sorry, I only just received your messages. You only sent them a couple of minutes ago. Do you want me to respond straight away or something? That's exactly what I want you to do. I don't know what training you received, but when someone that's above your stature is requesting your attention, you must give it straight away. I should be your #1 priority. I don't care if your damn house is on fire. If I send you a message, you respond to it promptly. Do you understand me? Okay. I'm very sorry. I guess I'll do that next time, but at the same time, I don't even know who you are. You're just some random person messaging me out of the blue. You're saying that you're above my stature, but I don't even know what you're referring to. Are you talking about work? What else would I be referring to, you nunts? Of course I'm talking about work. Do you really want to sit there and act as if you have nothing else going on in your life? I've seen you walking around the offices. I know that you're a decrepit soul that's got no meaning in his life anymore. What the hell is that supposed to mean? It means that I can read you like a book. I mean, let's face it, even a little kid can guess what's happened to you. I don't need to ask you for your story. It's already painted on that face of yours. We can see it in the way that you walk. You must have lived your life like a loser. You didn't do anything with it. You had a lot of opportunities while you were younger, but you didn't have the courage to chase after them, to grab them with your own hands. And now you're suffering the consequences of that. This is a really deep analysis, don't you think? You haven't even met me. Who are you kidding? I'm not even going that deep yet. We're still on the shallow part. You finally accepted that you were a loser and you weren't really gonna get anywhere no matter how hard you tried. I mean, you were too old, right? It was from that point on you just waved the white flag. You gave up and told yourself that all you could amount to is just a miserable, worthless cleaner. And here you are now, scrubbing the toilets so clean so that I can see my beautiful reflection in them. Well, I think that was a compliment and I might take it. Yeah, well, it is a compliment, but don't take it as a good thing. Anyway, do you have any idea why a person like me would waste his time on a person like you? I don't even know who you are. Are you kidding me? Are you trying to say that you haven't memorized the contact information of all the important people in this company? Well, this is quite a large company and it's filled with many people in high positions. To remember all of them is quite difficult, wouldn't you say? This is why I'm saying that you should only remember the important ones, and it's quite clear that you haven't. Remind me to talk to some of the other people in my position. Clearly something's wrong with the company's culture if someone of your position doesn't even remember me. Look, I know a lot of the important people in this company. Most of the time I'm having a chat with them too. That shouldn't be an issue. I'm not sure if I'm hearing this right. Are you trying to say that you know a lot of important people, but I'm not one of them? Which means you're insinuating that I'm not actually important. Okay, look, let's be reasonable here. You and I both know that's not what I'm saying. Actually, you know what? I think that's exactly what you were trying to say. I can't believe it. I'm insulted. I'm insulted by someone as lowly as a cleaner. I never thought a day like this would ever come. Hey, look, I'm not trying to offend you or anything. I'm just trying to give you an idea of the situation. I mean, look, can you at least give me an introduction as to who you are? I don't even know your name. You definitely don't talk like any of the other people I know in the company. I'm telling you right now, this company is very lucky that they got an individual like me to start working here. Okay, fine, I'll tell you my name. My name is Michael. Does that ring a bell? Not particularly, no? I mean, Michael is a pretty common name, isn't it? I wouldn't be surprised if there's about 15 Michaels in that company. Yeah, well, there's only one Michael that you should be concerned with, and that's me. I'm a very high-achieving employee that's transferred here from a different company. I'm known for my excellent leadership skills and charming personality. Is that what you call your personality? You actually consider yourself charming, do you? Hey, look, all I'm doing is repeating the information that usually goes around when people talk about me. This is stuff that comes out of other people's mouths, not mine. Okay, fair enough. You're a new employee. Sounds like you're in a very high position as well. Probably not too far away from the executives. How long have you worked here exactly? It's been about 3 days now. Oh, that's just amazing, isn't it? 2 days and you already expect me to know who you are. Not only that, but you have the nerve to criticize our company and its atmosphere. You haven't even spent a decent amount of time here. Yeah, well, when you're as good at the job as I am, you could read a company in a matter of seconds. I can already tell that this place is an abomination when someone at the lowest rank doesn't even understand how to address his superiors. Look, I'm just trying to say that I didn't even know who you were in the first place. And you know what? This isn't just some sort of tyrannical hierarchy where we just bow down to the person above us. I don't know how you got this job, but you'll find that everyone here is incredibly friendly. Yeah, a little too friendly if I'm being honest. They're never gonna get the results they're looking for if they keep this up. I'm surprised that you wanted to work here in the first place. Why exactly are you here if you don't particularly like it? That's an easy question, isn't it? Money, baby. Money. Well, I don't even know why I asked. I shouldn't be surprised. Exactly. Why the hell is anyone working in a company in the first place? We're all trying to claw our way to the top, right? All of us are trying to drive around in a Lamborghini one day. Except not all of us can do that type of thing. Only the special ones, only the strong ones remain. Strong ones like me. Really now? So you're one of the top dogs, huh? You're finally living life the way you want to. You bet, baby. My life has been nothing but the grind. I work hard and I play hard. I'm all about producing results, making people happy and moving up in the company. Getting to a position where I can order people around who are doing the same crap that I had to do the year before. That's how I roll. And then what happens on the weekend? I have a massive party. Everybody comes to my villa and I get the best DJs, the best food, the best drinks, and the best girls. Honestly, I'm everyone's role model. Everybody wants to be like Michael. I'm a top dog. Everyone wants to live life the way that I do. Oh, really now? Everyone's just so jealous of you, huh? You're living life the exact way everyone should be living, huh? Of course, baby. What are you trying to say to me right now? Are you trying to doubt me or something? Look at your jealousy, old man. I can feel it just from those text messages. You wish you had the life that I'm living right now. You're thinking back on your life and thinking, wow, I wish I'd lived my life like this guy. If only I had put in the hard hours so I could party like a rock star afterwards. Now look at me. My daily life consists of me cleaning up crap in the toilet. Maybe if I'm lucky, someone will drop their credit card in there and I might be able to use it for a couple of days or two. Yeah, look, kid, I'm not gonna lie and say that your life might be very desirable. But I'm an old man. I've seen a lot of things. I know what true happiness is. You're still young, so there might be a chance for you, but what you're experiencing right now isn't gonna make you happy in the long run. Oh, you just shut your mouth, old man. What do you know about anything? Don't diss something until you've tried it. There is no way you'll live life the way that I have. I can tell you're just a pleb. You might sit there and think that no one gives a damn about this lifestyle except for me. But Instagram will tell you otherwise. Do you even know what that is, old man? Yes, I know what Instagram is. I have a young daughter who is up to date on that type of thing, and she tells me about it from time to time. Well, would you look at that? The old dinosaur actually has a kid. That's just hilarious. Well, if you check out my socials, you'll realize that I have over 20,000 followers. Do you even know what that means? That means I have 20,000 people who admire my lifestyle and who think that what I'm doing is cool. I post everything on there. I post my parties, I post my cars, and most of all, I post my girls. So you're not the type to commit to one woman, are you? Heck no. Do you think a guy in my position would do something like that? Do you think a guy that can point his fingers and say, "Give me that," is gonna restrain himself to just one girl? Trust me, I'm telling you right now, the only guys that do that type of things are the ones that can't get any girl they want. It's just an excuse, really. I mean, come on, you're an old man now. Don't they say that with age comes wisdom? Clearly, you're still a big old dummy. I guess respect is a foreign concept to the young children these days. I've never been spoken to this way in my whole life. Are you serious right now, old man? You're trying to tell me that the world hasn't punished you for being a loser yet? Well, allow this to be the first of many. Your life is nothing but mediocrity from this point on. Unless someone like me gives you a little bit of a gift, you're screwed. Which is exactly what I'm doing today. Merry Christmas! I'm sorry, what did you just say? Yep, that's right. This is your time to shine. I'm giving you a very good opportunity. It'd be stupid to pass this one up. Do you care to listen to what I have to say? I'm not really sure. I mean, so far, all you've been doing is spouting a bunch of garbage. I don't want to listen to any more than I have so far. Oh, miss me with that jealousy crap, man. I don't have time for it. Look, what I'm doing is offering you a job. I don't know if you've realized it, but you have somewhat of a reputation around the company. You know, everyone talks about you and the impressive job that you do. I've seen your work firsthand as well. You do a really good job for an old fart. I'm not going to thank you for that compliment. Don't worry. Look, I'm not about the niceties. You don't need to sit here and try to kiss my boots. I don't think about that type of thing. The only thing I care about is the result. And I know that you can produce. Which is why I've got a special task for you. Just a little bit of extra money for you to put in those slot machines. What slot machines? Oh, come on. Don't try and play stupid with me. I know an old fool like you uses that type of thing to hopefully change your life somehow. Don't worry, I'm giving you a chance. A chance to do what exactly? Okay, well, here's the thing, old man. Let me rejig your memory. I'm not sure how much that old brain still works of yours. I don't even know if the cogs are even turning as I'm talking to you right now. Oh, stop over-exaggerating things. I'm not that old. Just shut up and listen. So here's the thing. I've got this massive villa, the place where I live, the place where I like to party. As you can imagine, with the massive scale of parties I have, it turns itself into an absolute pigsty. I mean, honestly, for the longest time, this has been an issue for me. I mean, it's so bad that not even the maids really want to clean it. Okay, and what? I'm assuming that you want me to clean this thing for you? Exactly, old man. You really catch on fast, don't you? Maybe you're not as dumb as I thought. You see, on the weekends, I like to have these massive parties, but during the week, I want to settle down a bit. You know, just relax, have a couple of luxurious women over, have a little bit of a drink, but nothing too crazy. Just enough for me and the girl to get a decent enough buzz, and then I can take her back to my bed. I've got this amazing canopy for her to look at as she snuggles up onto my chest. I mean, come on, old man. You were young once. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? Yeah, well, I'm sorry to disappoint you, but that isn't exactly in my contract. I'm not employed to do that type of thing. What do you mean you're not employed to do it? Well, I'm not employed to clean the personal homes of the employees. I'm only there to clean the company building. That's what I get paid for. Aren't you listening to what I'm saying to you right now? I'm telling you that I'm above you in stature. This is an order coming from above. Are you seriously gonna sit there and deny it? Well, look, if it's within the parameters of what my job entails, then fine. I feel every obligation to do it. But unfortunately, this is outside of the workplace. What are you talking about, old man? Don't you see this as an opportunity for yourself? I'm giving you the opportunity to taste what us winners taste every day. And not only that, I'm giving you penalty rates for this as well. Are you seriously okay with giving that up? Well, look, at the end of the day, it's not even something that I'm morally obligated to do, so no, I am not doing it. I am not gonna take no for an answer, old man. You are gonna come and clean this house. Do you really want to lose your job? What are you talking about? That's right, I am very high up in this company. I could squash you like a bug if I wanted to. I need you to come and clean this house. I'm not gonna ask you again.
Hey Dad, I'm starting to get really worried about you. It's already 11 and you're still not home. Can you please message me or something? I'm getting close to calling the police.
Hey, Samantha darling, sorry to make you worried. I'm on the train now. I had a really big day.
That's pretty rare for you. It's not like you to have overtime. Well, it's good to know that you're safe. I know you don't like it when I do this, but I actually cooked tonight. You were taking so long getting home, so I thought I may as well take the initiative.
Okay, that's fine. You didn't really have a choice. I'm not gonna let you sit there and starve. What are we having tonight?
Well, it's not my forte, but I made a little bit of spaghetti bolognese. When it comes to cooking, you're the expert, so don't expect anything great.
That's alright. Anything that my daughter cooks is gonna be good in my eyes.
There's that unconditional love that you're famous for. Anyway, how was work today? It's not like you to come home this late. Did anything happen?
Work? Yeah, there's nothing to say on that front. Same old, same old. Nothing new, really.
Are you being honest with me right now?
No, not really. There was a very unique character that I had to deal with today. Some guy that transferred from a different company. Apparently, he had a lot of success there. He was their star employee, so because of that, he got a really big head.
I absolutely hate those types. They're my biggest weakness. I have no idea how to deal with them. They just turn me off so much.
I know. Especially a guy like this, you'd absolutely despise him. He's arrogant, self-loving, and disrespectful to people that aren't him. I really wonder if this type of guy is gonna last long in this company. Especially after what he put me through today.
What did he do, Dad?
Well, look, it was only his third day at the company. But even still, he has a big attitude about himself. He actually got me to clean his house today.
He did what?
Yeah, I know. It's very bizarre. I've never had to do that in my whole life. Just after I finish work, he comes out of nowhere messaging me. He doesn't ask me to clean his house, he demands it.
I've never heard anything like this before. Is he even allowed to do that?
No, he's not actually. It's clearly outside of the range of my contract.
So that's why you're coming home so late. This guy must live really far away. I mean, it's already 11.
Well, actually, he lived quite close. I was really surprised when he paid for my Uber to get to his house, and I was there in a matter of seconds. His place is huge. It has all sorts of rooms, and they're super wide. It took a really long time to clean. Not to mention all the junk that's lying around the place. All the cans of beer, broken glass, and puke from all the parties that he has. Even with my professionalism and expertise in cleaning, I couldn't get it done in a swift and efficient manner. I told him that I did what I could and I needed to get home. I have responsibilities in my life other than doing this. He gave me an earful about how much of a lazy worker I am, how I can't even clean up a little bit of a mess. That's when he said if I wanted to go home, I'd have to walk home.
He said what?
So that's another reason why it's taken me so long to get back there. I walked to the train station and I'm on the train now.
This is horrible, Dad. I don't know why you didn't just message me in the first place. I would have done something. I would have picked you up.
Oh, come on, darling. You know I'm not going to do that. Even if you had a car, I wouldn't let you do it.
But you're an old man walking around on your own.
I realize that. But let's look at the bright side. A little bit of a walk isn't so bad. It's cardio. At the end of the day, it's probably going to keep me alive longer.
I don't like the idea of you walking around late at night. What if someone attacks you, Dad?
I'm sure that's not going to happen. I have my street smarts after all. I knew you'd want to come and help me, Samantha, but your situation is more important than mine. You have to work tomorrow. I want you to be doing the best that you can.
Yeah, but Dad, you also have to work. Don't you see that's really unfair?
Maybe. But when you compare your life to mine, yours is more important.
Come on, Dad, I get that, but you need to care about yourself too. I could have sacrificed one day at work if it meant making sure you get home safely.
Don't worry about it, darling.
But you know what? This guy sounds like a real character. I mean, I'm pretty sure what he did today isn't allowed. You should be able to escalate this to someone and get him fired or something, right?
I'm not really sure about that. I mean, this guy's in a very high position in our company. It's gonna be my word against his, and I'm pretty sure everyone's gonna believe him.
Come on, Dad, you've gotta be kidding me right now. A guy like you that's been that company for ages? Surely what you have to say has some merit.
Maybe it does, and maybe it doesn't. But look, this is only a one-time occurrence. I can let it slide this time. I doubt it's gonna happen again.
I don't know about that, Dad. I mean, look, as much as I love you and everything, you can be a little pushover sometimes. I get really worried about you. I really want you to stand up for yourself more.
Like I said, darling, it's a one-time thing. This isn't going to be happening on a regular basis. Don't worry about your father. Anyway, how's things going with you?
Yeah, look, nothing much to say on that front, Dad. Everything's just the same old, same old.
Is it really?
Yeah, honestly, work is really tough. I'm doing my best to level up and try to get a promotion, but unfortunately, my hard work isn't being recognized by others. I've also got this other girl that's absolutely killing it, and everyone's praising her. It's really hard to keep up with the competition, you know.
Wow, things are looking bad on your front as well then, isn't it? Oh, that's so sad to hear.
I don't want what happened to her family to happen a second time, Dad. I don't want to be with someone and not have the finances to save them if something went wrong. I don't want a situation like that to happen again with you.
Samantha, darling, I know. Don't worry, I can see how passionate you are. You're trying your best. At some point, it's going to amount to something. I just need you to be patient. Just be patient and keep working at it. At some point, they're going to notice you.
Thanks, Dad. I hope they do. On the plus side, something really cool has happened recently.
Really? I wonder what that is.
Well, look, I know you don't want me to get into dating or anything. You want me to be focused on my career and earning a lot of money. I get that and everything, but sometimes a girl has urges, you know. Sometimes she wants some sort of connection. I've actually been seeing someone recently.
Have you actually now? This is unheard of. Weren't you telling me the last time you had a boyfriend that you wouldn't do it again?
I know, but this guy's different. He's got a different energy. I think he's gonna be a good guy, Dad. Then again, I'm not so sure. It's still really early into the relationship, so I'm worried.
Okay, well, tell me about this guy. What is it that you like about him?
Well, I'm not really sure how to pinpoint it. It's just his energy. It gives him an atmosphere of being a really nice and gentle guy. He always knows the right things to say, all the right things to do. He does things to pick me up. He'll bring chocolates to a date, or flowers even. And then whenever we're on a date, he'll make sure that I have the most fun as possible. He orders a lot of food and a lot of drinks. He gets me a customized taxi that is extremely fancy just to take me home. He really goes the distance on our dates, Dad. I feel special when I'm with him, so I don't know. I just hope he's a good guy.
He does sound like a different type of guy. He's either very generous or he's very wealthy.
Maybe he's both, Dad. I mean, the way he dresses makes him look quite wealthy. I think he's got a lot of money. I know I have to work hard and everything, but maybe this is something that I can do as well. Maybe I could get with a successful and charming guy and he'd have the money to support me if anything went wrong. Of course, I'm going to try and do my part in the relationship. I'm going to do my part to make him happy. But I don't know, Dad. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. I hope you're not mad at me for going on a date.
Who are you kidding? Honey, of course I'd want you to go on a date. Don't you think otherwise? I want you to enjoy every pleasure there is in life. All I want you to do is be secure if something ever happened. And you know what? The idea of being with this person isn't such a bad idea in my opinion.
Really? So you actually approve?
Yeah, why not? I mean, you clearly like him. He seems like a really good man, so he's ticking all the boxes in my point of view. Not only that, but he seems like he's got money, right?
Maybe. Who knows?
Well, I think it's safe to say that he does, and that's just an extra bonus. The only thing that I'm worried about is if he does have money, how often does he do this type of thing? We need to be worried that he's not doing this with the other girls. I mean, you feel like you're special and everything, but I'm pretty sure there are a lot of girls out there who feel special.
Yeah, you're right, Dad. I need to be cautious. I really need to know this guy. I really hope he's the guy that he says he is. I really like him, Dad.
I'm really worried about you getting this invested in him, Samantha. But you're only young. I'll let you make your own mistakes. Anyway, I'm getting off the train now. I'm gonna start walking home. I hope that spaghetti bolognese is still hot for me. You sneaky little devil. I knew it. I knew you would do something like that. Of course, a guy like you doesn't have the balls to come up to me and tell me when you have a problem. You actually talked to the other higher-ups in this company about what happened at my villa, didn't you? Well, if you got a problem, how about you just come up to me and say it? Say that you don't want to do it. I did tell you that, Michael. I told you multiple times that I didn't want to clean your house no matter how much money you gave me. Unfortunately, me telling you that didn't work out for me, and I ended up going there. But you didn't think I was actually going to let this slide, did you? Did you think that I would just let you do that to me without telling anyone? I've warned the company of your behavior and that you're likely to do it again in the future, and they've already put a stop to that. They must have given you an earful about it. Yeah, right. I bet you had this big imagination in your head that I was going to get absolutely throttled for it. You wish you could do something to hurt me. You wish you could get back at me. Well, let me tell you something, old man. Power and money beat everything. When you're in the position that I'm in, you can do whatever the hell you want. I mean, sure, they gave me a little bit of a warning, but did you really think that they sat there for 10 minutes trying to lecture me on appropriate conduct? As if. It was a quick slap on the wrist and then we got on with our day. I could start working and producing the results that this company needs, and you could go back to cleaning. Well, regardless of how severe the punishment was, at the end of the day, you got your warning. You know that you can't do that to me again. You can't order me around like that. Yeah, says you. You're still fair game while we're at work, and let me tell you now, buddy, you really put me in a bad mood grassing like that. I'm gonna make sure it's absolute hell for you in this company. I'm sure you'll do your best, but I wouldn't underestimate me just because I'm a cleaner. I might be a lot more powerful than you know. This could all just be a little act of mine. Yeah, right. Bluff as much as you want. A cleaner is a cleaner. No guy would choose to wipe up crap for the rest of his life. You really are a hopeless individual. Actually, you know what? While I've got you here, old man, how about I tell you about a recent exploit of mine? Do you have to? I kind of have some things to do. I am working after all. Oh, just shut up. You're working and I'm your boss. I'm telling you what to do, and what I'm telling you to do is to listen to me. Okay, fine. What is it? Make it quick, though. You might want me to sit here and talk to you, but some other people definitely want me to keep the toilets clean for them. Oh, stop making such a big fuss. Your job isn't important in the first place. Anyway, so you want to know what type of guy I am, right? I like to live it big. I like massive parties, and I love massive amounts of girls surrounding me at them. This is the way that I've rolled for quite a while. Ever since I hit it big, this is the type of lifestyle that I've been having every weekend. It amazes me that someone as mature as you was able to get into the position that you're in. What are you talking about, old man? Well, it's very bizarre that this combination of young, dumb confidence also correlates with a hardworking attitude that produces results in the workplace. You're not the type of person you meet every day. Well, that's a testimony to how amazing I am. It's another reason why it's so great to be a guy like me. Yeah, I'm sure it is great. Anyway, what do you have to say about this? I've had enough of listening to your adventures. I already have a good idea about what you get up to. Do you really now? I don't think you fully understand, old man, when I tell you that I've got a lot of girls. I mean, I have a lot of girls. More than you could ever imagine. And I can specifically choose them at my pleasure. All I have to do is go into Instagram and check out some of the models that are on there. I send out a mass invite and I pretty much have 100% success rate. I can bring these girls from all over the world. They come from Asia, they can come from Europe. They can come from wherever the hell I want them to come from. They're gonna be at my party because I demand them to be there. And then what do you think happens at that point, huh? I've got my pick of the crop. I can choose whatever one I want, or maybe even two for the night. This is just the type of man that I am. This is the type of lifestyle I get to live. Okay, I already assumed as much. I don't really understand why you have to drill it into my head over and over. I mean, look, I am an old man now. Do you really think I care about this type of thing? I'm pretty sure you care about this type of thing a lot. I'm living the experiences that you were never able to live. So anyway, I'm not talking about this for no reason. I've got a problem with these girls that come to this party. There's something missing in them, you see? So, you're finally realizing it, aren't you? All these girls have is their looks, and there's nothing on the inside to them. Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what I'm talking about. You're a lot smarter than you look, old man. They can all be the same. Sometimes they're so stupid. I don't really see a personality that I could be attracted to. That is, until the other day. I've been seeing this girl recently. Oh, she's super nice. A real angel, if you will. She doesn't come from a particularly rich background, and she's not like these hot, stunning babes, but she's definitely pretty. She's got a nice face to her. And get this, she's poor. Oh boy, is she poor. Okay, and what does that have to do with anything? Who cares if she's poor? Well, think about it, old man. She's just the perfect type for me. She's a damsel in distress. I'm gonna save her. I'm gonna give her a life that she couldn't even imagine. I've only been on a couple of dates with her, but I'm actually thinking about marrying her. You're gonna do what now? Yeah, that's right. I'm taking the next step. Her and I are gonna get married. Don't you think that's a bit early? What do you mean early, old man? Look, I told you right. If I will the world to be in a certain way, it bends to that will. There's no argument about it. What do you think she's gonna do? Say no? She's gonna say no to a guy that has this amount of money? I can hardly believe that you're gonna be truthful and honest to this girl. I feel really sorry for her. Your acting skills aren't gonna hide the fact that you're dishonest either. Yeah, well, you can just bite me, old man. I'm giving her a life that she couldn't even dream of. She's gonna have to tolerate a couple of skanks here and there. I am a man after all. Anyway, I'm growing bored of talking to you. It's your job to clean around this place, right? I just spilled coffee all over my carpet upstairs. I need you to come here and clean it right now. Why do I get the feeling that you did that intentionally? Does it matter? You're a cleaner and you clean up mess. I don't expect you to be making excuses and complaints. Just come here right now.
Dad, what is this? What is this money in my account? I don't understand. This is insane. Where did you get this?
Well, you catch on to things pretty quickly. I was expecting that to be a surprise at a later time.
What do you mean, a surprise? Why would you give me all this money, Dad? Where did you get it in the first place?
Do you remember that time I had to clean up that arrogant young man's house?
I sure do.
Well, you know how close I am with the CEO of this company. He heard what I had to say and gave that man a stern warning, and then he also compensated me for my inconvenience.
Okay, but why did he give you this amount of money? There's no way that this amount of money amounts to the amount of pain you had that day.
No, of course not. A bit of that money is the money I've saved up over the years. I've been waiting for a time like this.
What do you mean, Dad? You should be using this for yourself. You're an old man. You haven't had one pleasure in your whole life. Why would you do this for me?
Because I care about you. You're the single pleasure I have in this life. I don't care about all the other material things that I could enjoy. Watching my daughter be happy is the main thing.
Watching me be happy?
That's right. You see, that money there is for your honeymoon. I know the man that you're marrying is quite wealthy. He could probably give you any experience you want in the whole wide world. Regardless, I want you to understand what that money means. That's the accumulation of my love for you. That's my blood, sweat, and tears going into your happiness. It means a lot to me. And I know in the grand scheme of things, there's not going to be a lot of money, so please, just take it.
Oh my God, Dad, I can't believe it. I love you so much. You've always had my back. I can't believe that I'm going to start a life and I'm going to be away from you.
I know. It's going to be tough, darling. I'm not going to deny that. But hey, if this man is as wealthy and sincere as you've been making him out to be, then I'm quite happy to let you go.
Are you sure you don't want to come to this wedding, Dad? I don't care if you weren't there for most of my life. You deserve to be there.
Do you really mean that, darling?
Of course. Take a bit of this money and get yourself a decent suit. Actually, you know what? Who cares about the suit? Just wear whatever you want. I just want my dad to be there.
You really are a sweetheart, aren't you? Don't worry, darling. I had a feeling that you would say something like that. I went out of my way to get a suit, and it's not some old second-hand one either. It looks really nice. Your father is going to be presentable for your wedding. If there's one thing that matters in my life, it's the day that I let you go.
Thanks, Dad. Thank you so much. Because of you and your love for me, I know it's going to be one of the best days of my life.
Samantha! Babe! Honey, what the hell are you doing? Why are you walking away from this wedding? I want you to get back here right now. Think about the scene that you're creating in front of everyone. Think about what my parents are thinking right now. We still have a chance to save this wedding, but you have to get over your little emotions and hurry on back here.
Don't tell me what to do, Michael. I'm not going to take orders from you. I want you out of my life. You and I are finished.
What do you mean you and I are finished? What are you so angry about in the first place? Are you kidding me right now?
You do that type of thing at the wedding and you think I'm going to sit around and marry you? You're just absolutely appalling.
Oh, come on. Are you serious? So what? I get a bunch of dirty water that was used to mop the floors and I dump it on the guy who was trespassing at the wedding. I'm telling you, that guy is out there to get me. We have this feud at work and he wanted to be here today to annoy me. All I was doing was getting back at him for trespassing. I mean, he has no right to be here. Do you really want some random people walking into our wedding? Of course you don't. I'm just doing my job as your future husband.
You've got no idea who you just dumped water on, do you? Don't you realize that's my dad?
What the hell? Your dad? That doesn't make any sense. How could he be your dad? You said that your parents are divorced. Your mother died not too long ago, and your dad wasn't available for most of your life.
My parents divorced because my dad was looking out for me. He didn't want to come back into my life until he was better. He was struggling with a serious illness for years. He didn't want me and my mother to see that struggle. He wanted us to live our lives on our own. He devoted so much time and energy into getting better. He did it without medical treatment. He really is a great man. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to make a full recovery, but he realized that he could make it to the extent that he'd be able to come back into our family. He also started a job that didn't require a lot of energy, something very basic. Because of his limitations, he found a quick and efficient way to be a cleaner. He is well known in that company. He got really close with the CEO there. That's why he's been staying there for so long. That's why he got such a good reputation in that company.
You have got to be kidding me right now. That old, pathetic man? That guy's your dad? Oh my God, I can't believe this. I can't believe the things I said to you, Samantha. Babe, I'm sorry. You should have told me. You should have been honest with me. What kind of a partner are you anyway?
Don't talk to me about that. I have talked to my dad about you. I know all about the type of guy you are. You want to talk about honesty? Let's talk about your intentions. You actually thought that you would have a sincere and pure wife like me, and you would be seeing girls on the side, didn't you?
Oh, come on, babe, that's not true. I mean, I know what your dad would have said, but a man can change his ways. I can grow up at some point.
No, you can't. My dad said that you would walk around the office dancing, talking about the wedding and how many girls you were going to have in the future. You were going to have that one trophy wife while you screw around with all the other skinks in that house of yours. This whole time you were only out to use me. If there were ever a piece of crap, you'd be one. Honestly, Michael, I have got nothing to say to you. You and I are done. I can't believe I wasted my time on you.
What the hell? I mean, honestly, what the hell is going on right now? This is insane. I can't believe this is happening. It's that old man's fault. I am gonna get back at him. I want to make sure he suffers for this. No miserable old fool like him is going to thwart my plans. I wouldn't be so sure about that if I was you, Michael. After today, I'm definitely going to make sure you suffer for this. I hope you've had a fun run working at our company. What is this? Is that you, old man? What the hell do you want? I'm very glad that you let me work at your home. I found out a lot about you. You had a bunch of documents on your desk that were brought home from work, right? A lot of private information. I also saw a USB with more documents on it. After doing a little bit of inspecting, it turns out that you've been letting someone else do your work, right? Someone that's been working in the industry for 10 years. I thought it was strange that someone as immature as you was able to get the work done to this extent. It turns out this whole time that you were paying someone else to do the work for you. Now, if that's not grounds to get fired from this company, I don't know what is. What the hell? How did you find that? That's stealing. You are not allowed to do that. We'll see what the company says. I have a feeling they're going to say otherwise. Goodbye, Michael. Thank you for showing how much of a true scum you are in front of my daughter. I was really scared that she would actually marry you. The company was incredibly unimpressed with the way that Michael carried himself around. They were expecting great things from him, and he was definitely producing results. That was until they found out that it wasn't him the whole time. I didn't even finish the story about me explaining how he was getting the work done. The CEO was listening to me for a couple of minutes, and then, while I'm still talking, he picks up a phone and he starts to dial a number. He lets off the words, "You're fired," and then slams his phone down. He thanked me for my time and told me to leave his office. I think anyone can guess what happened at that point. Because of that, Michael's reputation was completely stained. He couldn't get a job anywhere, no matter how much he pleaded. Fortunately for him, we had a very good position for him. You see, my daughter's attitude changed after that wedding. It was a mixture of fury and determination. She was extremely angry at the experience that she had, and she just wanted to take it out on work. Because of that, she became the best worker there was. She quickly climbed through the ranks a lot faster than Michael ever was able to. She's now in a position where she's earning a lot of money herself. Because of that, she bought a massive house for us to live in. She doesn't have crazy parties like Michael ever did, but there are times where it definitely gets dirty. Because of that, we've hired Michael as a cleaner. He walks around our home diligently cleaning the place for us. We have surveillance there to hear every time that he complains or slings an insult. Whenever he does something like that, we make sure to deduct his pay. It amazes me that a guy like that was able to get away with everything for this long. I'm sure he's walking around our house now, imagining his old lifestyle, imagining how he used to have massive parties with hundreds of different girls there. Except this time, he's going to see the proper way to use the house like this. At some point, my daughter is going to marry a good man. She's going to have many children, as many as she can bear, and they're going to be the ones who will run around this house. We're hoping at that point that we can change Michael's position from maid to nanny. Considering the position we put him in, I'm pretty sure he's going to be a good boy. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave a like and subscribe to see more videos like this in the future.